Welcome back. So I was finally able to dig out some of my coin collection. I have, I believe, about half of it, if not less, that I have rediscovered, and I wanted to show you guys some of the things that I've been fortunate enough to put together before I got more so into cards. So the primary focus of my collection was Israeli coins and in particular British Mandate Palestine. So obviously this was during British occupation of what they called Palestine, what later became Israel, and the coins are, there's not a lot of them. The print runs were very low. But it is quite interesting, I think. Because when you look on the coins, and this is going to be harder to see, trying to look at the 2 mils. So all the coins are in Arabic, English, and Hebrew with the dates in English and in Arabic. So the denominations were 1 mil. It was on a mil system. And not every year they didn't make a coin every year. It was basically upon the demand needed during that particular colony. There's the 2 mil. There's the 5 mil. So complete sets of those in raw form. There's the 10 mil. Complete set of that in raw form. There's the 20 mil. I have 2 of the 8 of those. These are much harder to get. 50 mil. I am missing 1. That's why it's facing that direction. And then 100 mil. And the 50 mil and the 100 mil are both silver coins. And to give you an idea of some of the print runs, or some of the mintages, I should say. So you have coins ranging from 10 million produced, which comparing that to, say, a U.S. penny of that same year is significantly less, to say the least. You're talking about tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions, and nowadays billions of pennies that are produced in the U.S. And you have all different mintages, and this is why you see a lot of the gaps later on. Say the 20 mil, there's 100,000 made of the 41, and then 100 mil, there's 200,000 made of those. It is a difficult set to put together. It is a rewarding set to put together if you are one that has a connection to them. Being an Israeli citizen in addition to a U.S. citizen, there's definitely a connection for me with these coins. And in the formation, the early years of this particular country. So, and I've been lucky in that that's the most complete raw set that I have. I do have a full page here. And then it starts getting a little bit thinner toward the end. And then the third I was working on. Just because some of these are very, very common. So it was nice to kind of put them in a book. But these are just the raw ones. I'll try and get those off to the side as much as possible. Let's get into the really good stuff. And I apologize, there's a little bit of overflow in this particular holder. So, Here's 1 mil, the most common of all the British Mandate Palestine coins. Coins are rated on a scale of 70. Anything 60 or above is mint state. And this is a 1927 mint state. RD is red for the color of the coin as it is slabbed. RB is red-brown. This is the 35. 37. 39. I have a lot of mint state coins. Coins, I'm kind of two minds when it comes to collecting. There's a 40 and a 63, 41 and a 62, and you'll probably see these are the three main grading companies. You have NGC, which is starting to get into the card game. You have PCGS, and you have ANAX. Those are the three main grading companies. Now again, I'm very lucky. Most of these are NGC, which I prefer. And I believe, according to their registry, I have the 5th or 6th ranked British Mandate Palestine set on the whole. 43. Just to give you, trying to go through these rather quickly because it is a large set. There's 46. Let's see, BN, it would be brown. And that doesn't affect the grade. It affects what designation of red, brown, or brown. As long as the details are still sharp, you can still get a 70 theoretically, and have a brown coin. Now we get into the 2 mils, which are larger and easier to see. 27, obviously the most common. And a 65. 41 and a 64. 42 and a 64. Most people, if they collect mint state coins, older coins, not new ones, generally try and get 63 and above. There's the 45 and a 63. And then the 46, which is the toughest of the 2 mils. AU is almost uncirculated. That's in a 53. Now we get into the 5 mils. About dime size. 27 and a 65. 34 and a AU 58. 35 and a 63. And this is kind of this is the equivalent of basically a qualifier. The difference is they won't put a number on these coins. They'll say it's uncirculated details, so equivalent to say a 58, possibly up to a 60, but it says surface hairlines. It's very difficult to see on camera. It's really difficult to see in kind of the naked eye. It's very, very particular when it comes to grading. And that could be, if there's a coin that was cleaned, it will say cleaned, which is a no-no for coins. There's a 42 and a 64, 44 and a 63. Even with some of these coins that aren't maybe the best grades, again, they're the harder coins to get. So that's why even with sub-mint state coins, I still have a pretty high-ranking set. Then we get into the 10 mil, so these are similar to the 5 mil, just a larger format. 65. And then the 33, again, rarity. This is a very fine 25. And then a 34, this has extra fine details, environmental damage. So corrosion, crud on the coin, that'll generally get an environmental damage designation. But I still have that spot filled, so 35, AU 53. See, there's a little bit of schmutz on the coin, but all the details are there. And probably barely missed out on a damage designation. And again, the dreaded surface hairlines on the 37. AU details, though. Excessive surface hairlines. I know it's very difficult. I mean, we're talking really really high magnification grading on coins. Just like you'd expect with cards. 40 we have it as 62. 41 we have it as 63. 42 is 63. 42 bronze we have it as 63. So let's get this stack put back. I actually have a more complete slabbed set than I do a raw set at this point, which is kind of weird. And I do have a second set that I was putting together of British Mandate Palestine coins, but that's in another box for another day. Not nearly as complete. And now you'll start to see some significant holes as well as we move forward to the higher denominations. 43 XF details rim damage. So there's a little ding somewhere, or dings. 46, yeah, 63. Now we get the 20 mils, much rarer coin, probably the rarest set denomination of the whole set. 27, we have a 65. 33 with XF details, again excessive surface hairlines. 35 have AU 53. 42 bronze and a 61 brown. 44 bronze and AU 58 brown. And now we'll get into the 50 mils. This one's just a straight up very fine 20. XF extra fine 45. 31. AU 58 on the 33. VF 30 on the 34. MS 64 on the 35. I believe 35 for the 50 mil is the most common. 39 and a 64. 1940 and a 64 as well. 1942 and a 64. And that is all for the 50 mils. Now we'll get to the final denomination, which is 100 mils. Large silver coins. A 27 and an MS61. A 33 with AU details. $35 and a 62. We have a 39 and a 62. A 1940 and a 64. $1942 and a 62. And then we have some Israeli coins. So 1948 is when the State of Israel started making their own coins. And there are some of those. And they've changed designs, everything. That's a whole nother collection for another day. Now, I said I was of two minds when collecting coins. So slabbed mint state coins are fantastic. You can see the full details and design of the coins. It's fantastic. They're also very expensive. But on the historic side of things, mint state coin wasn't heavily used. No one was didn't really experience where it was. So there's that whole side of things, of the history of a coin and what it's gone through is going to be found more in the raw coins like these that have the wear and tear on them, that were used as currency as they were intended in the country, in, again, what was at the time British Mandate Palestine. But so you have those two aspects. The historic side is going to be more in the raw coins. And again, just like cards, you have, forgeries, or fakes, I should say, especially for the higher end, rarer coins. Doesn't matter what country, what year, if it's rare, there's going to be fakes. But if you want to look at the detail and the design and what went into it, then yes, mint state are fantastic options to have, because when you hit mint state, you get every minor detail in a coin. So it is fascinating. Now, again, I said with this set, as I said, I think 4th or 5th for NGC for this particular set. Bear in mind, this is just like cards when doing set registries. So coins such as this don't count because they're not in an NGC slab. I have yet to get those crossed over. It's a project pretty far down on my list. So once I get that done, hopefully, I might move up a little bit. I may not. So be it. I'm happy with the collection I have. There's still a few that I'm missing. But again, those are the rare and expensive coins that you really have to have a budget for. So anyway, that is the British Mandate Palestine coin collection. Hope you enjoyed something a little bit different. See another collection of mine, another hobby of mine. And until next time, please remember to collect what you enjoy what you collect, and don't let anybody, especially the market or YouTuber, dictate that to you. And most importantly, have fun. And have fun by being active in this community. So find your way of participating, whether it's making videos, watching and commenting, going to live streams, group chats, going to LCS or local card show, or simply talking about the hobby with family and friends. The more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. The more you'll learn, the more your PC will grow, the more people you'll meet, and the more fantastic friendships you'll form. So I thank you very much for joining me. Hope to see you again. Have a good one, and bye for now.